So that's what had to have hurt the most when the business went sour, is because like the relationship was really real. It wasn't forced or
But
anything like that. You really felt like this man was your brother.
but
And then
but
the disagreement came in, and it came from a place of hurt, right? It was like, man, like how could you, when we are supposed to be. And then that, that I totally understand where you're coming from. And that's why a lot of times people say like you shouldn't go into business with like someone that you like real, tight with, because the lines, they get blurred. And in something
yeah,
like hip hop in the music business, it's really easy for the lines to get blurred, right? It's not your stereotypical 9 to 5 where it's like, oh, that's your boss, you
right,
know? And
yeah,
so
right.
where did the confusion, or the what happened exactly? Did you feel like he wasn't pushing your career the right way? Or was like there red flags that came up?
Nah, well, what happened was when the lawsuit came, he was doing everything. He was, trust me, Slade was doing everything, and he was doing everything he needed to do. You know what I mean? But when the lawsuit came about, he told me, he said, Lou, I can't play your music until this shit get resolved. You feel me?
And
And
what was the lawsuit exactly?
well, the lawsuit was, I was with this gentleman. It started off with Frank. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just keep it honest. You know what I mean? Like Frank was somebody that came into the scene. He liked my talent, and he said, "Joe, I think I could really, help you push your career further." He was pushing his brother at the time. His brother had a group. You know what I'm saying? And he was going through hard times with his brother because he used to tell me his brother was hard headed and whatever. You know what I'm saying? They had going on over there. So at the time, I was like, well, this man from upstate New York, you know what I'm saying? He looked like he got his shit together. Boom, you know what I'm saying? And we just built a friendship first. You feel me? Got to know each other or whatever. He started hooking me up with something, you know what I mean? With little shows here and there. But we ain't had nothing signed or nothing. I wasn't signed to him or nothing like that. And he was like, yo, I know some people that, they starting something. And me, I was always on guard. Like, I got to hear you out. I got to see if it's going to be beneficial for my career. You know what I mean? I don't just jump like a lot of these cats do. I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? So he started, acting almost like a manager. You know what I'm saying? And he did a lot because me and him did, we did a lot of work together. You feel me? So I can never be fake and get on camera and say that this man did nothing because he did do a lot. But he hooked me up with some cats that was doing grimy business. You feel me?
Mm.
And I put my trust in him. And if you are gonna introduce me to somebody and they do grimy business, why introduce me to them at all?
So he
You know,
knew that they was grimy.
yeah, he knew.
Oh
He
man.
knew. He knew. And even though he might say different, what I mean, this ain't I'm not gonna make it about him because I'm not shitting on him. Me and him did had a good relationship at the time, even though other people might not see it like that. You know what I'm saying? And I get why people see it like that. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a lot of times he did do some dumb shit. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? If you knew these niggas was who they say they are and they came out, so when you hear the rest of the story, you know why I say what I say. You know, you put me in harm's way, and it took a toll on my career. And that's why we here talking.
So Frank introduces you to some people that does shady business. How does that relate back to K Slay and the lawsuit?
Well, Slay was shopping me around. When Slay was shopping me around, we went to this first sit down, and Slay told me from the rip. He said, "I got Pap 1.5. If they not giving me 3-5 million for you, I ain't taking shit." He like, they better either double that or even go further. It's like, cause nigga, you could win Grammys out this bitch. You feel me? That's how much faith he had in me. You feel me?
Wow.
and you know, he never had these talks with Pat, and I knew he ain't had these talks with Pat because the conversations we had. You feel me? And then when everything got ugly, the whole narrative changed. Now Pat was the realest nigga next to you, but I knew the truth. I knew how you felt about Pat. I knew you was dealing with a hard head artist. You feel me? And I was coming in the game hungry. I was coming at it from a different angle. I showed him that I could do radio jams and everything. You know what I'm saying? So back to what we were saying, he couldn't do nothing because when these dudes found out that he was about to have a sit down for a big amount of money, they took and put out some paperwork saying that they gave me 500,000 for Lost City Records, which is my label, my independent label that Slay used to shout out all the time on mixtapes. They said they gave me 500,000, which they ain't give me a penny for me and for the artist. They just started saying stuff just
That's
because they thought,
crazy.
yeah, that we was affiliated like that. Now, mind you, I only met these dudes one time, and they flew me to Miami, which I thought I was going to get paid to do a show, and it wound up to go see an artist that they had so they could propose something bigger for me. You know what I'm saying? And I was, I was caught off guard, but it still was kind of business. And they made sure like they was trying to, spoil me like, yo, if you sign with us, like this is what it's gonna be. You feel me? So I kept telling Frank, like, it's cool that they doing all that, but I'm not trying to sign like that. You feel me? Like they was taking care of certain things. And then when we started going deeper into it, Frank was like, yo, they want to take care of certain things. You know what I mean? You should let them and we'll have an agreement. Mind you, nothing still is on paper. So I told Frank, I said, look, let's see how it go. Let's take it as an independent label. You know what I'm saying? If they're going to take and back us up, you know what I mean? Make sure that everything is open. You know what I'm saying? That we putting everything on the table and everything is an open deal. You know what I mean? Because I don't want things to get misconstrued and they start thinking that they running this and running that. You know what I mean? Because I really didn't want that. So just because they put a couple dollars into my career and stuff like that, and it was towards things that was for me personally, you know what I'm saying? Which we'll get into that too in a little bit. You know what I mean? They thought that my deal, they take everything. You know what I mean? That's why they made the whole what you call that uh when they put the email blast out there. I'm all over the place right now. Um,
Like spam, like the massive spam, or
nah, they put a when you breaking something, I forget. Shoot myself. Well, they put it out there. You feel me? That they gave me this amount of money, which was just a straight lie. You
right?
feel me? And they was advertising it, but now I knew why they was doing that. They was doing that because Slay was working on his deal, and they looked at it like an opportunity to get all this money and stuff like that. Now, mind you, I never knew why they was going all out trying to do this, but then later on, I found out that they was trying to pay for everything because they was using me like a commodity, selling me like a commodity to shareholders.
Oh,
And people was putting millions of shares and dollars into backing Big Lou. You know what I'm saying? Into putting into Big Lou. So these niggas was making thousands. You feel me? Thousands of dollars, and they up here trying to feed me pennies. You know what I'm saying? Into stuff that I didn't even know about. I really had to find all this shit out when the lawsuit dropped. And that was because thanks to George, which was my lawyer, my attorney from Miami Dade, he started doing his homework, you know what I mean? And I had to protect myself. and a lot of things started coming out and shedding light into what they was doing behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? And they was just feeding a bunch of lies. So back to what you were asking me, Slay couldn't play my music until this thing was done. So the downfall with me and Slay was I said, Slay, I have to pay my lawyers. I could pay my lawyers, but it's a lot. I need you to help me. You know what I'm saying? Now, Pat had a lawsuit himself at the same time, around the same time, with the ambulance service because he did a video where he used the ambulance people, from New York. And they told him if you lose the ambulance, it got to be for something positive or whatever. He winds up doing a video that he's shooting niggas or whatever. And
Oh.
and yeah, you know what I'm saying, some dumb shit. And they picking him up in the ambulance and shit like that. So they sued him for that because they breached the contract of
Right.
what the video, the ambulance service was supposed to be used for in the video. Long story short, he wound up paying 75,000 or something like that. So mine was less. So when Slay didn't help me, I was like, damn, you paid 75 G's for this nigga lawyer and you can't pay half of mine.
And I'm the
So I'm like,
star that you've been telling me this whole time, right? Like I'm your number one.
exactly,
Right.
exactly, exactly. So, you know what I mean? Now I'm looking at it like, well, these talks we've been having ain't as real as I'm thinking. You feel me? Because if you can't pay for my lawyer fees and shit like that, I took I said, I ain't gonna say nothing. I still stood with street sweepers. And I said, all right, Slay, can you still play some of my records though? He said I could play some of the records, you feel me? But I'm just gonna put them on, you know what I'm saying, through the night, and then I'm gonna get different DJs, send it to different DJs to play it on their section just to keep the buzz going until we can find out what we have to do with this. I start grinding my ass off, get the money to pay my lawyer fees. You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm not going to ask him no more. He brought it up one day. And I said, whatever you can do to help, I really need your help. He was like, I got you. That I got you never came about. Long story short, I wound up paying my lawyer fees on my own, close to 50,000,
Wow.
busting my ass. Good niggas that I had in my corner. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. They know who they are because they went through the process with me. I paid that. I felt some type of way. I was like, damn, you know what I mean? I wanted up paying this shit, but thank God I did because it was to the point that they would have had me not doing music ever again. You know what I'm saying? Not even to entertain my fans, you feel me? Or nothing. So me, I was so in love with hip hop, I wasn't gonna stop this. I had other opportunities or whatever. And that's when the records that I did stopped going to other DJs and he just stopped playing me.
Mm.
So I said, yo, Slay, what's going on? You not even playing me. You said you was gonna play me to keep the buzz. What's going on? Nah, I can't play you right now. I can't do that. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? So I said, well, why you can't play me? You said you was gonna play me. Little did I know that they was coming at him from a different way. I was pissed because he should have told me that. If
Right.
he would have,
Definitely.
yeah, if you would have explained that to me, I would have never reacted the way I reacted. Me not knowing that they came at him another way, he was trying to do it to protect me because he wanted it over too, because he wanted to drop my shit. But instead of him telling me, you know what I'm saying, like saying, yo, Lou, this is what's going on. They trying to backdoor me. They trying to do this moment. If I can understand, you know what? I would have been like, all right, Slay, now I get it. I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna be humble. You know me from being patient and humble already. So why wouldn't I be patient and humble and wait till this shit ride out?
But he left you in the
I
dark.
start feeling some type of way, and that's when I said, nah, fuck that. So when like I was saying about Slate, when I found out, you know what I'm saying, that these people was doing what they was doing, you know, me, I started lashing out, you know what I mean, and telling my side of the story in a whole different way, you know what I'm saying, which I didn't think was bad in a sort of a way, you know what I'm saying, because it was like I'm speaking my truth, you know what I mean, and he kind of didn't like it, so he called me.
So were you doing this in public, or were you like trying to talk to him first about it?
I mean, that's where it goes back to me saying I reacted in a way I should have not reacted because
Hmm.
I only reached out to him once to talk, and when he gave me the answer I didn't want to hear, I started acting out. You feel me? So from there, I can honestly say that I was wrong. You feel me? But when you already give me that vibe that you can't pay for my lawyer, you know what I'm saying? My attorney fees, it kind of you kind of feel some type of way already because it's like you gave Pat 75 grand for his lawyer fees and all kind of shit, and you couldn't help me. At least you ain't even give me a dime. You know what I'm saying? Like
And you're not going to play my records.
exactly. So you feel
So
what I'm saying, child? Like
it was just more of like that he wasn't going to help you in any way, and you were in a tight spot.
exactly. So that's how I took it. I took it like, man, if I couldn't get nothing from him, from my lawyers, you know what I'm saying? Like why should I believe anything else this man is saying? You know what I'm saying? When he told me, yo, I'm gonna stick by you, I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna play your records, none of that shit got fulfilled. You feel me? So I really felt some type of way. So I wish I would have tried to talk to him one more time, but you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It happened. It happened. I don't live with regrets. I, you know, I just wish it would have been different. But you know, I learned something from it. Did I feel I was wrong? No, I definitely don't feel I was wrong. You know what I mean? I just feel as though like you know, maybe it wasn't my time. You know, maybe God had different plans for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not somebody that need hip hop to live. You feel me? Like I know how to make money. I got ways, you feel me, of making money. I'm a smart man, you know what I'm saying, and I'm good. You feel me? I'm good. I'm living, you know what I'm saying? I'm living better than some of these rappers. So my thing is like, you know, I got a good wife. My wife make more than these rappers. So you know what I'm saying? It's like it ain't about that. You know what I'm saying? It's just about I love the hip hop. I fell in love with hip hop and I was doing it from the heart. I wanted to spread my message to the world, you know what I'm saying? To people, you know, that had problems and stuff like that. And it just felt like this hip hop shit was fake as hell, you know what I'm saying? Like I started seeing people in a different light, you know, not to mention some of the rappers that I looked up to, they was fucking frauds. You feel me? That's another
That's why
story.
they say don't ever meet your idols, man. You will
Yeah,
be
that's
disappointed. You'll be let down.
that's the fucking truth.